اصل نام ما محمد صدیق است. در دل ما درچه شد که باید که با انکشافات ما، تجربه ما، این صنعت ما در جامعه رواج پیدا کنه. آهسته 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 یک گلم، دو گلم شد، دو گلم، سه گلم شد، یک قالین نبود چیز کرده بودم، دو قالین شد، سه قالین شد، چهار قالین شد. ثقافت ما، هنر ما، این چیز ما الحمدلله روز به روز این زیاد شده رفت. زیاد شده الحمدلله. فعلا در وقتی که ما عمر ما به 90 رسید، فعلا که ما کارخانه ای داریم.
Ornate Rugs specializes in producing fine quality handmade rugs and carpets. And they have been doing this for the past few decades. And all of this takes place right here in this purposely built facility. This complex journey begins with a simple dhaga, and they require lots and lots of it. Once obtained, it's converted into these spools and goes on to get washed. After which it gets precisely colored using their own organic dyes. This process is either performed individually or a bunch all together in these huge circular drums. Then it is left hanging to let the vibrant colors settle into its every fiber. From here, it's distributed everywhere in the entire facility for all kinds of purposes. But this has to be the most happening place. This contraption is called the loom. Depending on the kind, the base or sometimes the whole carpet is made on this with bare hands. It takes only a couple of days to finish a single piece like this. A few men can work simultaneously on the same loom. But not all carpets are threaded the same way. They have unique patterns, hence intricate knots. A decision that is taken by a designer in his studio. The carpets, when done in the loom workshops, are dropped off at the factory. Here they get all of their finishing touches and fancy thread work done. Giving them fine, well-defined borders is one of the first steps. From here, the carpets that require coloring are sent to the dyeing area. There, a worker pours a generous amount of color on the bare carpet. These organic dyes were all prepared beforehand inside the factory. On the other hand, rest of the carpets go for trimming to this guy. He prepares them just to the required extent. Next up, they all bear through a final cleanse. This process brings out the infamous shine in them. But in order to take out the water, they're spun really fast. This removes 90% of the water. For the rest of the 10%, the trusty air drying system comes in handy. To tackle the bad weather, they have the luxury of their own heated drying room to keep things running. Once again, the carpets are brought back into the factory for the fancy threadwork and the utterly necessary patchwork. This secondary check takes out the slightest error that manifests being a handmade craft. This includes ruffle to compensate the wear and tear caused during different maneuvers, and cutting off extra yarn clusters. As a final step, the carpets are hand painted to correct the little color spillage on its whites. This is important to maintain the highest quality of the carpets. Some carpets are lined with this type of traditional threadwork as signature to this art form. While others retain the classic machine work. At last, they get tagged and sent off to you.